Good morning, all. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Wonderful to have you. Hey, Nick.
Hey, hey, hey. Ready for you? Ready, ready.
Good. I see the boss.
Oh, great.
Great.
That makes
Means all
every
things are possible.
yeah, it makes everything possible. Exactly.
That's right.
And we can translate stuff. Hey,
Um, I
morning,
see him
Geshe.
getting in place. Good morning, Geshe Michael. Good morning,
Hola.
everybody. Hi,
Hola.
boss.
Hey, is this as loud as it'll go?
Yeah, it's from that. It can be even louder.
Do you want it louder?
Well, let's see when they.
Okay,
when they
Mr.
talk.
Kramer, where's your homework?
My dog ate. No,
Oh,
that's not
Mr. Nick,
not
Mr.
possible.
Nick, you have anything?
No, no. We're all anxiously awaiting Ben's homework that his
Yeah,
dog may have eaten.
Wait,
yeah, that's not a thing
can
anymore,
I
is
can
it?
I show you guys?
Would you
I
please?
got something. Hang on.
Absolutely.
So I met this guy in San Diego. He's a top surfer and a top translator, and he can't decide which one he is. So
I was getting funny looks from the folks at the hotel.
but he went out and caught about 10 waves, we counted. And then he ran in and did a mixed nuts class. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. Yeah,
Well, luckily,
congratulations, Nick.
luckily my boss stays
Dr.
at a
Kramer,
beachside
over.
on the beach.
We're so
Okay, Dr.
glad you're
Kramer.
I'm on. We're so glad you're here, boss. We're so glad that you're well. We love you. We miss you
Yeah,
when
I'm
you're
glad I'm here too.
away. We're very happy that you take care of yourself in every way that you need. And it's our job to miss you and pine for you when you're away. And anytime you need to do something, we support you and we will be here to hold down the fort. But know that while we're holding down the fort, we are sitting here dreaming of you. And I will share my
Thank
voice.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. And by the way, everything's feeling much better. Okay.
I'm so glad. Yeah,
All right.
very glad. So folks, if we were to divide all reasons into just two broad types, what would they be?
Proving something
Tim said
there
correct.
and proving something's not there.
That's right. Utpal is definitely right. Tim said something clever also.
Not as clever. Tim said
Not as
correct
clever.
and incorrect.
Oh,
Oh,
Not
oh,
as
that's
clever.
it's a good idea.
nice.
Incorrect, he said.
I like it. This book hasn't gone that way yet,
What
but
about
you're not wrong.
what about for
All
yourself?
reasons that involve the color blue and all reasons that don't involve the color blue would have also been accurate, but not covered in this text. Um, yeah, so let's go through those two then that Utpala kindly provided us, which again are those proofs for the presence of something, and those proofs for the absence of something. And let's subdivide those, if we may. What would be two types of reasons for the presence of something?
Oh, it's like identity and
And
implication.
And you results.
not you,
Oh,
importantly, but
Causal.
Dre. Sorry,
not
Dre.
causal. Yeah, great, great, great. Dre, not you. Because, and it's cool, right? If you think about it, the uh, presence of a cause doesn't necessarily prove
Yeah,
Right.
the result because you might not have all the other factors that go into producing the result.
exactable.
But if the result is there, the cause has to be there or has to have been there.
Has to have been. Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. Cool. How about can you say it in another funny language?
Dre Butak.
I'll take it. Dre Buitak.
He's old. Isolde and
Uh,
Ausgate.
Ramshingitak.
Yeah, Rangshin. Right. Yeah, Rangshin. What if we, instead of talk, we could also say, and sometimes do in this text, say,
Tensik.
great, you're hired.
It's too late.
I like it. Oh, good. We'll never leave them. How many types of reasons for the absence of something have we been presented with in the context of this text to cover my rear
Two
end?
types.
2.
Technically 2, but there will be more types. It's true, Pei-Ling, but this, what 2? I was looking for 2. What 2?
Oh,
The presence of something prove the absence of another thing.
Yeah, well,
Because it's
And
contradictory.
the subcategory to prove the absence of something. The first is things that typically apparent, you can see. Second thing is things that you cannot see.
or like you said, typically. That's brilliant. Thank you. Yes, typically I couldn't see. Yeah, that's wonderful. So we have here, and I'll put this on one line so it's most visible. Right. So generally we seem to be dividing proofs or reasons used to prove an absence into reasons for the absence of a thing that normally wouldn't be apparent, I guess, to a given person, and then reasons for the absence of something that the person should see. I like it. Okay. Now there are 4 types, it seems, of reasons for the absence of something that should be apparent. So far, though, we've only gotten into 2 of those. So I'd like to know what those 2 are that we did sort of kind of cover.
It's sort of kind of.
The first one,
Yes.
the presence of something can prove the absence of another thing.
Because it's
Yeah.
they're mutually exclusive.
Yeah, in fact, I would say, as a sneak preview of what I'm going to turn out to be right or wrong about, that it seems that the first 2, Pei-Ling, are what you said. There are 2 types of things that could be present that would prove the absence of something. And I suspect we're going to find out that there are 2 types of things that could be missing that would prove the absence of something, but we didn't get to those latter 2 yet. What 2 types of things could be present that would rule out the presence of another thing? And I've got another hint in my pocket if we get desperate.
Something that people could normally see and something that people could normally not see.
nice.
It's not the one we're looking for right now. And here's my big fat hint, is that Geshe Michael kindly gave us a note in the margin to remember with this categorization system that the how can I make this not too easy? The mamikbeness overrides the drebuiness in the categorization system.
Yeah, the identity and the. Are you talking about the identity and the effect and the.
Yeah, right. So there could be a contradictory what and a contradictory what. You just said it.
Yeah, an effect that would be contradictory and then cancel it out, or an identity that would be contradictory and cancel it out.
I'm gonna allow it. Yeah, totally. Sounds great.
And the identity canceller would supersede the other one.
Yes.
I
For
think
example,
that's right. I think that's right. So we have a Rangshin Gelmikitak, okay, and a Gelmdre Mikitak. These 2 are essential. So there could be something that by its, I hate to say by its nature, but whose identity, we're going to talk about it. We're going to go back and look at the examples. But yeah, reasons based on seeing the presence of something that is contradictory to something that we're denying about the subject, or reasons based on the presence of a result of something that would be contradictory to the thing we're trying to say about the topic. These are both dependent upon the concept of pairs of opposites, which I just thought this one's easy. Gave you 2 hard homework questions, so this one's easy. You just give me this and you're free to go. If you would just give me the corresponding term so that you have it ready in your pocket.
Gyeonda.
Deal.
I would like
Oh.
to make a try.
Gyeonda?
Okay.
If the room temperature in a building is 0 Celsius, it is impossible that the building is on fire.
That sounds good to me. I'm not great at the conversion system, but 0, you picked a good number. And so my understanding is things should freeze at that. That one I know is 32 Fahrenheit for you, knuckle dragging imperial measurement system Americans. Cool. Great. How about a little student translation for you, boss?
Can I have a quick question?
Sounds good.
Oh, good.
Geshe,
Yeah.
for the hi again. For the nice to see you. For the Rangshin Gel.
Wait, I don't have any money.
I'll shake you down later. I'll ask Rob.
All right.
Is that when they use the crow and the owl example? Is that the Rangshin Gel?
It can be. It can be. It can
Okay.
be. Yeah.
Okay,
But
I'm just-
that's off into another question of 2 kinds of Gildendas.
Really?
And for that, you have to study Adam's Gilden.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Tenjik Meningel and something else. Tenjik Meningel. Pension Bungel. Tenjik Meningel.
Oh yeah,
Tenzin-
Tenzin Hung. Yeah. We did that.
Two,
Okay.
2 are mutually contradictory and 2 are unfriendly, and they don't, a crow and a owl do not stay on the same branch at the same time, but it doesn't mean that a crow is not an owl. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Maybe under much duress, you could get them together. I'm not convinced it's impossible. You asked me, boss, to translate this example that you kindly gave us of a Geldre Mikbe, Mamikbe Dot.
Yeah. Good. Okay, a reason for a lack of something based on the presence of an opposing result. Yeah, good. That's correct. Consider a place in the east. Yep. Shakashina Chichen. Nice. May top chembe number mayente. May top chembe number mayente. It is not covered in a raging fire. I like raging for top chembo. And I like the covered because it could mean there's a fire in the corner, but this says covered. Changde Bulongche, because there are continuous shares there. I like that. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
So
nice.
what's the result here?
The
in a single
result
word.
here are shivers.
Yeah, shivers. And the presence of shivers precludes the presence of a raging fire,
hypothetical
massive
cause,
fire.
which would have been raging fire.
Yeah, good. Okay,
Very
great translation.
Cool.
Let's do number 3.
Okay, number 3. And I played with that for my own. Here. So number 3, we'll call something like, right? Guma Mikbe Mamikbe Doc would be a reason for the lack of something
Nice.
based on the lack of a cause.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that. By the way, I tried I pulled these examples out of the logic scriptures. There are many, many logic
Yeah.
scriptures due to John Brady's
Yeah.
excellent database, which helped us this morning, by the way, with a very important quotation about the Bardo. So I for the examples, I actually put the text that I pulled them from. So sometime in the future, you know where to find them. Okay, let's go. Keep going down.
Here it is.
Can you read that with totally perfect pronunciation to impress everybody?
Unlikely, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Nick, you got the plane.
Oh yeah, help me fly, co-pilot.
Mhm.
Dungi Shirn Di Jurchen.
Ben, did
Shasa.
we miss the sentence before that? You may patak sukit.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah,
Um,
go ahead. Dungi
yeah, we
Shindir,
did.
Shindir
Cool.
because of the Shindir.
Yeah, Dungi Shindir Churchen. Shasa Keldun Du Songwei. Kansaki Yu La Shasa Ngepe Cheshe Duntun Mete. Shasa Keldun
Good.
Du Songwei. Kansaki Yu La Shasa Mikje Ki Tema Mepe Chir.
Nice. Okay. Consider the space or the spot here before us. In the mind of people with no capacity to see flesh-eating spirits, yeah, there are no perception of the past matching reality. It confirm the present second. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Something like
The only thing I would say is Keldun de Sonwa, the way it was explained to me, and it's not it's a difficult term, but the way Ken Rinpoche used to always refer to it means Keldun, he would say it means that person still has a doubt whether ghosts exist. So
Okay.
he would say Keldun, he would read it as Keldun de Song means it is a point of doubt for that person. So Kelwa normally means to have a share of something. But he always used to gloss it as person. So if you meet a person who's not sure if pretas exist, which is pishacha, say pishacha. Pisha means meat, cha means eat, and that's a Sanskrit for meat eater, which is a synonym for a preta, actually. Okay. Maybe if you eat meat, you become a preta. I don't know. Anyway, Shasa killed in the Somi Kazaki Gila. Yeah. So if a person, if you go up to a person and you say, do you believe in Bardo spirits? And they say, no, I'm not sure. Then that's evidence that they have not had the original correct perception of a Bardo spirit, because they don't have the recollection of they can't say, oh, I saw them last September or something like that. Okay, so yeah. So Geshe, by the way, there's a huge debate in logic texts and the texts on mental functions about whether Geshe is sema or not.
Right.
Yeah, can and there's different schools. Is a memory a pramana? Can a memory ever be a correct perception, accurate perception? And there's two schools of thought about it. But he says here, they don't have any reasonable memory of a Bardo spirit that they perceived. Therefore, they must not have had a pramana of they must never have met one face to face, because in that case they would have a reasonable recollection of that. Okay, so whether you say the recollection has to be accurate perception or not doesn't matter. They couldn't, if they don't have a recollection, they never had the accurate perception in the first place. Okay, and che means what, Ben? Generally, DPYAD.
Analyze.
Yeah, to analyze. Yeah, so it's these sentences are very open to mistranslation by a person who has not been exposed to an oral lineage. So Keldon would mean, you know, something you estimate, and Yeshe would be something like scientific examination, and it's not what they mean at all. So okay, yeah, good. Denton, what's Denton?
Denton, that stuff. I guess like this is corresponding with the way things are, or like consistent.
Yeah,
with-
good, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, Den means here. It means Den means meaning. Ten means in accordance with, and Denton means accurate. Okay, it fits the reality. It fits the reality of the situation. Den is a very, very loaded word. Reality or thing or object or things like so. Denton means in logic. Denton means which corresponds with reality. Okay, cool. Maybe you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good, nice. The rest is good.
Okay, I'm gonna give it back to you.
Geshe, can I have a
But-
quick question as you transfer?
Yeah.
Doesn't Keldon, I know, I guess, you said Ken Rinpoche like to say it was to have a doubt, but doesn't it literally mean like hidden object? Or like a hidden, something hidden?
Yeah, you could say that also. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's all.
Mhm.
Thank-
All
Okay.
right. Let me share my screen. Let me make sure I have nothing terrible up on my screen.
Yeah.
I'm working on this many documents right now.
You wouldn't want to accidentally show us a picture of Nick in his suit and shorts.
We mean
Too
you're
late.
just lucky you're lucky he didn't have his shirt off. Okay.
We are lucky.
And for
By
that,
the way,
we
it's
thank
good
you.
to be a pretty good surfer. Okay. By the way, it's really, really fun to be with Nick and his family. And I'm thinking to do it more often. But if I don't have to be surgerized every time.
That'd Rimrock West, as they say.
Yeah, there's rumors like that. Okay, so here I think we did 2, we did 3, we did 3. Did we
We need
finish
to
this
do that.
sentence, Ben?
We did not.
Okay. Would you like to have someone read?
Sure. Word, can I go to you to your temporary services to hire a temporary employee?
We're outsourcing.
Sounds
Yeah.
expensive to me.
It's you don't have to pay insurance. That's good.
All right, Teen.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, go ahead.
Gyu mepa taksu kune kei trebu mepa trupe gyuma mikpa tang shite se mema mikpa taksu kote shi te mepa trupa rangshin ma mikpe takte shi tento.
Nice. Very, very nice reading, Tin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for all your help with many projects, and I really appreciate it. All right, Ben, you want to translate Gyu Mepa?
Yeah, the lack of a cause. Setting
Docs.
that forth. Yeah, you're putting that forth in this case
Yeah.
as a reason, we would think.
Yeah, which is like you can't have goosebumps because there's no cold. Okay, Mene, Jebu Mepa.
Yeah.
Jebu Mepa.
So we set that forth as a reason that that the result is not there.
Yeah, that the result is not there because the cause is not there. And
Right,
to
and the
prove
proof-
that, you can use reason number 3, which is Gyuma Mikpa.
the reason based on the absence of the cause.
Perfect. Okay. And then he's gonna have a fourth one, which by the way, she here is tricky, and I'll tell you why. In this sentence, she does not refer to the place where the cold is. It refers to the cold itself. It refers to the object. Okay, so you could easily mistranslate this. So she means that foundation of a perception, meaning object here, which it can mean. And by the way, she in some scriptures can mean cause. Foundation can mean cause, and that's okay. If you
if you don't see a thing with an accurate perception.
Good, yeah, a foundation of a perception, right?
Yeah, a shidu
with an accurate perception. Yeah, nice. Then Taksuka, you
put that forth as a reason. The fact that you don't see, you suggest as a reason.
Yeah, the fact that you don't see something with an accurate perception is a proof that she is mepa.
That same item ain't there.
Good. Nice. Yeah, good. That's called a rangshin mamibetak.
That's called a reason based on not seeing the thing with, I don't know, a thing, so that which is identical with the thing, maybe? I'm not sure how to translate that.
Yeah, it kind of means the lack of one pair of a relationship of identity. Okay, like if there's no functioning thing then there's no changing thing there, for example. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
To be one is to be the other. Shi tento. Those are. So he's got. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask. I mean, though, if you go to translate that as a heading or something as one of the four types, what cute little name would you give that? I really struggled with that.
Yeah, I'll let you struggle with it. But what it means is the absence of a nature. You could call it that in a simple way, but it's a misleading name because it means the absence of one of two partners in a relationship where to be one is to be the other. That's the whole name.
Right.
The absence of one of the relationship where to be one is to be the other. So the absence of a functional thing would of a changing thing, for example.
Okay, very good.
Okay, we finished those two. You translated them quite well. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And
I have one more question, if I may. If we could go up to the previous moment of commentary from Geshe Yeshe Wangchuk, not the one we just covered, but I dare say the one just before that. I have a quick question.
This one?
He seems to be saying here that the previous four verses give these four types of reasons, but also give senshis of them, that they directly present or explain the divisions of this type, and then give a senshi, which we normally translate as an example. Now, you provided us classical examples, but I don't see that the verse did. And so I think I may be misunderstanding what Geshe Yeshe Wangchuk is saying here.
Yeah, I would have to say personally that you're correct and that the senshis are implied but not stated. Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right.
By the way, I don't think at this point he was even inserting the verses because I was the one who inserted the verses. So
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's only because of you that we caught him.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big. I think we're here. Do you want to have someone read, Ben?
Very much so. Word, can I go back to Word's temp agency?
Geshe, I don't think we did number 4, did we? of your
Oh.
interview text?
We just, oh,
Oh, we didn't. Upal is
Did-
correct. I translated 2 and 3 as per your request, but we have to do number 4
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna skip. So there's the text which I used for the example, and then I converted that to a normal logical statement, which would make it easier for you guys. Okay. So let's do this one. Who's gonna read that, Ben? This is proof. This is example number 4 of a proof that something is missing because the thing that would be the same is also missing. So a functional thing is missing because is missing. Okay, that's all.
Word,
Here's
who can I
here's the
use?
class example.
Milan.
Sorry. Mhm.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Sure.
Who did we pick? Are they coming?
Milan, Corona.
I'm gonna
Your mic on?
Chain.
there is no sound because there is quiet.
Thun gì si thi chơ chèn. Sa xà kêu thun thủ xôn quầy khan sắc kỳ kêu là sa xà nghe chê kỳ chê xề thun thôn thun mê thể.
Good, beautiful.
Yeah. Sa xà kêu thôn thủ xôn quầy khan dắt kỳ kêu là sa xà nghe chê kỳ chê xê thôn thun xê mê mà mít bày cheer.
非常棒。
Great.
Okay. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh
Rato.
boy, very happy. All right. Hey Ben, you're gonna translate? Dungi Shindu
Let's
Chichen.
in the air here before us, or something in the space before us.
Yeah, I think in English it's tricky because we would
It is.
say that it literally says, let's take the example of in the place in front of us.
Yeah.
But I think in English we might not have to say that. Okay. In the mind of
someone who has doubt or has uncertainty about the presence of flesh-eating spirits.
yeah, or about their existence at all, right? They must not have
They could not have a perception of the past or a memory which is reflective of reality, which is consistent with the way things are, that sees flesh-eating spirits.
Yeah, if this person in front of me is doubting the existence of pretas, then they must not have a correct recollection of seeing a preta. It's not talking about them. We're not saying they must never have had a correct perception of a preta. We're saying they must not have an accurate memory of having seen a preta. Okay. Ben, who's Shasa Kelden is so concept.
Right, because people who doubt the existence of flesh-eating spirits don't have
good
accurate perceptions matching reality of the past, which confirm flesh-eating spirits for them.
Yeah, so it's very tricky here. I'll say it, I'll simplify it, okay? this person doesn't have a correct memory of a preta, because that correct memory itself is seme mamikpa.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah,
It's okay because that I see, because an accurate perception of the past in which whatever which matches reality of a flesh-eating spirit is not an accurate perception, or it's not.
it's more subtle. They don't have an accurate recollection of having seen. They don't possess an accurate recollection of having seen a preta, because in their mind, that recollection is itself seme mamikpa.
It's not a semi, it's not an accurate perception.
No, it's a valid perception that has no objects in the first place.
No, it is not mikba by itself.
Oh shoot, that's brutal. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So that accurate perception of the past is not that perception of the past which matches reality is not perceived by an accurate perception.
Perfect. Yeah.
Brutal.
Perfect.
Wow.
It's like saying there's no cup on the table because there's no cup which is perceived by an accurate perception. And to be perceived by an accurate perception is the definition of
an existing thing. Yupa.
Yupa. That's the definition of existence in Buddhism. Okay? So it's sexy here. Yeah, that's why you have what's this category we're in? Rangshin. Okay, the nature. This is this is a logical reason which is based on the nature of things. And to be a thing is to be which is perceived by a correct perception. And that's the nature of a thing. The nature of a thing is to be perceived as a thing by a correct perception. So if you make a logical statement and say this person has no memory of a ghost because their memory of a ghost cannot be perceived itself by a correct perception, that's a Rangshin Mamik Betak. That's a proof of the absence of something based on its very nature, which means the nature of existence is to be perceived by accurate perception. In Buddhism, that's the definition of existence. It's a very sexy proof, and it's a difficult proof. Cool?
It is.
Got it?
Yeah, it's great.
Everyone here is nodding. They learn to nod. Okay. All right. Nice job of reading, by the way. Milan, thank you. Who's next, Mr. Kramer?
Dr. Word.
Okay.
This is going to get embarrassing when you have a team captain that you go to ask for them to pick someone.
No, that'd be great.
Okay. Just chase it down the line.
Mike Hoffman.
Right.
Please read.
Thank you. Welcome back, Ashley. Sawe Shukla Tempa Ni Yudde Rangshin Gel Miki Pangpe Hyapchen Gel Mikdang Rangshin Ma Mikpe Pangpe Hyapche Ma Mikpa Niso.
Nice. Great reading. I don't know. You have good ears because you're a piano player. And I look forward to playing with you again. Diamond Mountain, October, okay? Sawe Shukla. Okay, so Ben, he says the fifth and sixth examples of a proof for the absence of something. The fifth and sixth examples of a proof for the absence of something are not directly stated in the root text, but they are Shukla Temba.
Oh, they're implied.
Yeah, they're only implied by the root text. So he's saying, look, there's two more here that the root text implies, but does not state directly. There's two more categories of basically negative proofs that are implied by the root text, but not stated directly in the root text, okay? Ni yute, there's two more. And they are implied by 3 and 4.
Okay.
Okay. They are implied by the last two we had. I think it's the last two. Okay. So pangba means here. Pangba means to
Shoot, to
shoot an
imply,
arrow.
to project.
Yeah, or to show or to imply. So one of the types of reasons that he's already described implies another one. Okay. Now, what's the implier? Rangshin Gyalmi.
Oh, the implier is
yeah. Logical statements which describe the presence of something which is by nature contradictory to something else. Like if you have goosebumps at that moment, there cannot be, the place you're standing in cannot be covered by fire. Okay, so that's called a negative, a proof for something's absence, which is based on the fact that what's not there is directly related to what you have there. Like goosebumps implies no heat. Okay. Rangshin Gyalmiki. So that supposedly that implies another kind of proof. Okay. What's the other kind of proof called? Kyabje Gyalmik. Okay. What's that mean, Ben?
Kyabje Mami. Oh, Kyabje Gelmik would be
yeah.
Yeah, the presence or the, being covered by something which is contradictory.
Yeah, now this is let's say you want to prove there's no sound there, and you say there's no sound there because there's nothing there. Okay. Or let's say there's no sound there because there's no object of ear sense power there. In one case, what you're saying is not there is bigger than the thing. In the other case, it's equal to the thing. Okay, I'll say it again. There's nothing changing in this room. Therefore, there's no sound. Or I could say there's no object of ear consciousness here in this room. Therefore, there's no sound. In the second case, the two sets are equal. In the first case, the one set is huge and it disallows the smaller set. Okay, all existing things. If there's no existing thing in this room, there's no sound in this room. But existing thing and sound are not equal sets. So if the big set's not there, the little set's not there. Or if the little set has a brother set, okay, then it's not there. Okay. All right. And then yeah. So Kyab J means the bigger set. Okay. It means coverer.
Yeah.
Because big sets cover little sets. Okay, that's all. And these are fancy names, but if you just get to the examples, which if I had written this book, I would have put the examples in. So I went and got examples for you. I like them. I think they're sexy. I didn't just go for an example. I just went for the most fun one. Okay, so here's some fun ones. Here's where I got the example from, which happens to be a book by some textbook writer from probably 16th century. And we can only do this because of John Brady's hard work. And thank you. John Brady's here today, and we give him a silent applause. Okay. And I'm going to push this down, Ben. Here's the example of number 5. And who's going to read it, Benjamin?
Who's going to read it, Word?
I'm gonna read it, Sam.
You see what's going to happen?
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking too. Svetlana, would you like to read, please? Thank you.
Chen po kja për non pe shargi shi na chuchen ka we rekpa Kawerek pa Wangchuk su mete. Metop chenpo kyap pechir.
Nice.
Okay.
Dr. Kramer, let's translate. By the way, I call you Dr. Kramer so often that I don't know anyone who doesn't call you Dr. Kramer, so you'll have to pick up a PhD at some point. Okay. Metop chenpo.
Yeah, raging fire.
Yeah, raging fire. Kyaba.
It covers.
Yeah. What's the nimba here mean?
Like like totally covers. Num
Nimba means
Numbashar, a place.
It literally means to pierce, right?
nimba means to stamp
Cover.
down on something,
Well,
press down something. If you do this, it's called nimba. Okay, so
oh,
the fire is pressing down on the whole area.
Huh.
Okay,
interesting.
nimba means pressed down by, or you'll find a better word. Sharkishi means, and we're limiting the area so that
A
every
place to
square
the
inch
east.
of the area is conflagrated. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hina Chichen. There's no Kawe Rekpa there.
It don't feel hot there. It doesn't. There's no hot, continuous hot sensation.
Not Sawa, Kawa.
Oh, sorry. Kawa.
And that's a synonym for Kang, as in Kang Chen.
Kang Chen. I'm not
The
sure.
Sanskrit is Hima.
No.
Hima. Oh, snow.
Yeah,
Like-
Himalaya. Yeah, with snow. Okay, so
there's
Kawa
snowy
means snow.
feeling?
It's another word. The cold feeling of a snowball is there constantly, no break. There's a no break feeling of snowballs there. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
There's no constant cold feeling of snowballs in a place which is covered by a huge fire. Okay. Why not? Because
Because it's covered in raging fire.
yeah, good. It's a place covered by a raging fire. Has he incurred the logical fault of repeating as a reason his subject?
No, because
That's a good restaurant to go. That's a good restaurant to go to because it's a good restaurant to go to. That's a
No.
husband-wife argument.
If you say it's a good restaurant to go to in the East that's suppressed or pressed down by good food, then you're covered.
Yeah, good. Because the reason does not repeat the word East, it's legal. If the reason is in any way different from the subject, it's a legal proof. You simply cannot repeat the exact same thing. Okay. That's a good restaurant because it's the best restaurant in VOC or something like that. That's okay. You can say that. Now, Ben, let's go back to the name of this thing and let's break it down and you tell me who's the Kyabje and who's the Mamikpa. Okay. So the name of this particular one, I'm going to move this name down here just for your convenience.
That is convenient.
Right here. Okay. So
Yes.
the name of this is a Kyabje Gelmik Mamikbe Talk. Kyabje Gelmik Mamikbe Talk. There's three elements here. Kyabje, coverer,
Yes.
Gelmik, presence of a contradiction, Mamik, not present. Who's the Kyabje for $100? Who's the Kyabje? By the way, this is for Ezra's college scholarship fund, not for your private going to restaurant or your coffee shop hanging out with your computer. Kyabje, where's the coverer here? Gelmik, where's the contradiction presence? And Mamik means where's the absence?
Well, I know that the absence is the consistent feeling of snowballiness.
Good, nice. That you got one out of three. You got $33.
$33.33. Good.
Yeah.
And then the gelmik, the thing that is present that contradicts that is the raging fire.
Good, good. And
Good.
what's the kyabje?
And oh boy, the larger group. Oh yes, sorry. The raging fire is a bigger thing than a raging fire that's pressing stuff down in the east.
Nice. Good, good, good. That was a tough one. That's worth the final 33. So just
Thank you.
contact my agent. I don't know who that is. That is maybe
Okay.
Rob Hardy can send you that. So don't
Ezra's a
forget to ask
strange
him, because if
kid.
you don't,
I hope it includes art school or something. He's a trippy dude. I don't know.
I seem to remember your parents saying something like this. Okay. All right.
now
Things
here we
turned
are.
out all right.
Yeah. Oddly.
Yeah, I know.
It was touch and go.
Obviously, you're a
a few times
highly profitable field if you can make $100 in 1 minute.
there. See,
Once a
exactly,
year.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why they call me doctor.
Okay, for number 6, this was used offhand by Judson Kappa in a wonderful commentary to the Prajnaparamita, and it's not from a logic text, but since he was swimming in logic, he mentioned, here's an example which you could have taken from the logic text. Okay, so number 6, here's an example specifically referred to by Judson Kappa himself as this 6th type. Okay, and that's kind of weird that he would do that, but he did. So, and I thought it's a wonderful proof. It's a beautiful proof. So here we go. Dr. Kramer, who's going to read?
Dr. Word, who's going to read?
Okay, let me look. It's here. Goldo, you want to read?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Hi, Dodo.
Hi, Geshe. Shilam nam sum chujen, dembar mete, dembe chik dang, dembe chik dang du ma kang du, yang ma jukbe che.
Nice, good reading. I don't know how you learn so fast, but it seems to people who meet word learn fast. I don't know why. Okay, Shilam Namsum Chichen. That example is a little bit tricky, Ben. Do you know Shilam Namsum?
No, I'm not sure. It's like what 3? Oh, I see. Yeah, Shilam Namsum. I guess this would be the 3. What did we call? We called it the original condition, like 3, something like that.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not that one. It's not.
No, I got nothing.
These are the 3 topics of the Prajnaparamita literature. Okay, these are the 3 great topics of the literature on the perfection of wisdom. Tim says they are the 3 kinds of knowledge, yeah, which is the topic of the Jewel of Realizations, Abhisama Ankara. This is the subject matter, is these 3 wisdoms, Shishe, cool. Lamshe, and Namkhen. Shishe, Lamshe, and say Shishe, Lamshe, Namshe. Yeah. And Namkhen, yeah. And it's tricky, but basically it's the perception of emptiness on 3 different levels. Okay. So Shishe, you could say by perception of foundation wisdom is the perception of emptiness on the lower track. Lamshe is the perception of emptiness on the Bodhisattva track, non-Buddha, and Namkhen is the perception of emptiness by a Buddha. Okay, let's take those 3 perceptions of emptiness, which single main topic of the entire Prajnaparamita literature. Okay, Dembar Mete
They're not truths, or there is no truth.
Yeah, or they don't exist in truth. So that R is
Oh,
very, very
good.
tricky. Okay.
Good. Right. They're not
They
there
don't exist
truly.
in truth.
Yeah.
They're not there really
Yeah.
from their own side without seeds in the middle way. Okay. Because dun, 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 Tim says you cannot establish them as one or many, and that's not exactly correct yet. Yeah, in truth, they are not a real one,
Right.
and they are not a real more than one.
Mhm.
Okay. And this is a very, very famous proof called Chikduda. Say Chikduda. Yeah, and it's often misspelled. Why? For $100, even worse.
Oh,
Because
do instead of
Duma,
Because-
Duma is often confused with being a Ladun particle. The do in Duma.
Nice. Which proves if you surf, you can eventually out bet word. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Chikduda means Tumaja. So it's du and not tu. After chik, the locative is tu. But here it doesn't mean that. It's du because it means duma. Chik dung duma gel. Neither one nor many. Neither one nor many. Neither a self-existent one, nor a self-existent plural. That's all. Chik do. Often misspelled, often miscarved. Here it's correct because it's Jetson Kaba. Okay. So things are not real because they are neither a real single thing or a real plural, multiple thing. Okay. Like, I don't know, pizza and 3 pizzas. Neither one is real. Okay. I don't know why my wife says I can't eat them. Okay. Now, Jetson Kappa being Jetson Kappa, and this is my, oh, by the way, you guys have 3 minutes to think up ways to apply these weird proofs in your real life. I still say with your wife or husband is one of the best places. Jetson Kappa being Jetson Kappa, he has not only made this 3-part logical statement, he has accompanying it with a tumbe yanda, $100, tumbe yanda. Tumbe yanda, logic expression. He not only gave a proof, let's take the 3 great perceptions of emptiness. They themselves do not exist in reality because they are neither a real single thing or a real multiple thing.
An illustrative example.
Great God, Nick, you're on so hot today. It must be the influence of my trip there. Yeah, $100 more for Nicholas. Okay. Yeah. Here's his illustrative example. Perna Sugnin Shin. Give me that one, Ben.
Oh, it's like a mirror, for example.
It's like a reflection in a mirror. Okay. And a reflection in a mirror is often used as an example of an illusion. It looks to be your face, but it's not really your face. Therefore, it's similar to the 3 perceptions of emptiness because they are not what they seem. Okay. Cool. And that's your example number 6 from Jetson Kaba. We got 1 more minute. I'll tell you from the surgery theater. Don't waste a minute. Let's read this one, Mr. Kramer. How about you read?
Feel Deni Tsawar Musu Maten Yang Drele Musu Sumso.
Yeah, these last 2 guys are not Demba in the Tsawa.
Yeah, they're not taught Musu directly in the root text.
Good. Yeah, these last 2 I gave you, these last 2 categories of proofs for something not being there, or not being something, they're not explicitly mentioned in the root text, but they are Musu in the Ranga.
But they are directly taught in the auto commentary, we assume. Yeah.
Good. Guess who wrote the auto commentary?
I wouldn't be guessing. We really should be Dharmakirti.
Yeah, Dharmakirti. Okay. By the way, he never finished it, right? Or something. There was one chapter missing or something.
Didn't one of his students?
By the way, I thought,
He did the first chapter.
yeah, one of
You
his
taught
students finished. I thought it would be fun to go try to find it, Ben. So
yeah.
there's a special way that you can use Gopher to search the database and restrict it to a certain text. So I did that. And I went and searched that text for these kinds of last two weird examples. And I think I found something that fits pretty well.
Oh.
And it's down here in the Pramanavartika Vritti, commentary to the Pramanavartika. Here's the section that I would say describes those two. Okay. And that deserves to stay footnote because it's not worth translating your time. It's not worth your time. But if you want to play with it yourself, you can. I would like you to translate. He's going to get into a tsupapongwa. What's that?
Refuting complaints.
Yeah, there's going to be some back and forth argument about
Michigas.
these types of logical statements. Yeah, we're going to have some Michiganas. So, so I'd like you to translate Shebetsikche and Detana and Mena. Okay, those next three sentences, okay?
Fun. Yes.
For next time.
Looking
up to page 38. Yeah. By the way,
Cool.
why didn't they put front side and back side of this page number?
It is printed in a Western style book because the author is contemporary.
Yeah, it's one of the first books ever printed as a Western book, and there is no front side and back side. Yay, good answer. All right, I'm gonna disappear. Ben's gonna lead a discussion of how to use this in your real life. Good luck. And I think we can stop here. If you're feeling, frisky, you can try to translate that piece from the auto commentary, but I was avoiding it.
Okay, I'll definitely try. It sounds like fun. I can only be told I'm wrong, and that's quite fine.
Okay,
boy,
I'll
this
see
is
you guys.
tough. Thank you so much, boss. Wonderful class. Gosh,
I missed you
it's
guys.
great to be together. It's so great. Yeah.
I miss you
Delightful.
too.
Let me stop sharing here. Okay. Let me get Grandpa.
I hope you're
there you go.
thinking already about an answer to this question. I will say to try and get the ball rolling, and if you don't already have something to share, then start furiously thinking about it, even if it means avoiding listening to anything I say. You're more valuable to me contributing than listening to me prime the pump. But I think a lot of when Geshe Michael taught 5 different, 6 different, course 2, how many different definitions of nirvana does Geshe Michael teach? And then I don't remember, you see, or I wouldn't be asking you. Cool. Yeah, Dennis says 4. I think at least 4, right? You've got the nirvana that with remainder, nirvana without remainder. You've got nirvana that doesn't stay. You've got
natural nirvana.
Natural nirvana. There might be some more. No, is that it? Those are the big main ones. But you know what I roughly remember? I don't remember all of them, but I remember because I studied 4 different ones, or maybe more, that nirvana is the complete cessation of the mental affliction obstacles in their entirety due to individual analysis. Because he taught us that nirvana with remainder, for example, is the complete elimination of the mental affliction obstacles in their entirety due to individual analysis, in which the being still has something left over. And the other one is the complete cessation of the mental affliction obstacles in their entirety due to individual analysis. You can slur also translators, in which someone doesn't have something left over. And by studying many different types, I could remember the definition of nirvana, even if I forgot the definitions of all the other types. Thinking, it seems to me, studying a lot of different types of something, right? There's something about this bringing $100 to the dollar store thing. It's overkill. Of course it's overkill. Of course what we're doing is overkill. But to get together with your buddies and do it harder, right? To do things in life harder than what you're going to need when the poop hits the fan. You see, it's a beautiful way to prepare for life. When we're hanging out alone with friends, it's safe. It's okay to be wrong. I'm going to try to translate the root text for next class, darn it. And I am ill prepared indeed. Do that, but I'm going to try. Because we're with friends here and it's fine. I can be wrong. And then maybe later when it hits the fan, no one's going to ask me at the grocery store in my yoga class on the bus. Excuse me, sir, could you translate for me the root text of the Pramanavartika? They're going to ask me something easy like, yeah, does it make sense to get off at this bus stop? Or what? There will be simpler ways to serve people, and we're working very hard together. And the harder we work to train our minds. Someone just asked me about how to make money, which is always a funny thing. In my case, I've just been blessed to be cared for by my teacher and kind people. And I don't know, it does like happen as if by magic, but I kind of run a business. And I do think that years of studying logic, and studying language prepared me to run a business. And I don't think I could have done it before. I don't think I could have done it before years of study. I don't think I was ready until I honed my mind. And now I can use the heck out of a spreadsheet, which is boring and awful, but it's easy. It's easy if you can think logically around the nature of reality, then spreadsheets are a breeze. Olga, you have your hand raised. Are you going to share? Is that why your hand is raised?
Yes, I have thoughts.
Nice to see you.
Ah.
I have thoughts. Good. Share.
It doesn't work, sorry. But what ideas came to me while I was listening was that sometimes we don't have accurate perception of something, but we think we do. And then we blame those who actually do have the accurate perception and ostracize them. And it's very practical in our translation circles that sometimes people don't have accurate perception of grammar rules, for example, or translations, but they think they do. Yeah. And then they try to get rid of those who see their mistakes and who have the accurate perception of grammar rules, of translations, and then this problem. So the idea is to actually, maybe it's a good thing to think whether my perception is accurate or not for everyone who is especially leading the translations, and then see if it's true or not.
Yeah. It's another good reason to study very hard books, right? It teaches us humility. This is hard. Studying things which are harder than we're ready for keeps us aware that we're not so brilliant. If you regularly press your face up against things that are above your level, then you can't make the mistake of thinking you know everything. A book like this is amazing for that. And I'm not aware of a spiritual tradition in the world that's like really robust and lasting, that doesn't have at its center a healthy dose of don't think you're so damn special, a healthy dose of tempering, right? Being of humility, of being careful, not to think you know more than everybody. There, whatever your best topic is, there's someone who knows something in that topic that even you don't know. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing about a universe in which infinite knowledge is possible, that there's always someone who knows more than you. And this is this text, I could never mistakenly think I'm so smart as long as I keep my head in this book for 51 years or however long it'll take. Who else can share something, please? I told you were all supposed to be furiously thinking, oh, good, Sarah, bless your heart. Nice to see you.
Hello. Yes, so I'm someone that has taken Geshe-la's advice of just show up and be confused and just listen. You know, you're stupid if you don't do it. So I'm here. And just to like talk about something in a very simplified way from listening in, it's like we finally have an answer to the question, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, did it make a sound? With the examples that were given about if there's no ear consciousness, then there is no sound. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's my kind of simplified Western brain
Well,
thoughts about it.
Sarah, I think I'll be humble enough to ask. I hope, shouldn't be afraid to ask. So what did we decide? Is the tree there then? Or did the tree fall? Did this decide that it is or isn't?
Okay, so the tree fell, but
okay,
there's no one there to hear it. There is no sound because there's no, like, sound is.
I'll take it.
Sound is the.
If there.
Yeah.
Is a.
The question always bugs me because it starts if a tree falls in the woods. So we're already accepting this premise that there's a tree in the woods, which always made me uncomfortable.
Right. Well,
yeah.
There's no eyes to see the tree. There is no tree. If there's no ears.
But then your coworker or your, family member or your friends or whatever, they're going to ask you, right? You come to this class and you feel dumb. I mean, me, my face, I come to this class and I feel dumb, but then I feel very clever at the convenience store or on the bus or at work or with friends. And you don't always notice the connection that you were doing brain push-ups. And during that time, you feel dumb, you're getting smarter. It's a miracle and easy to lose sight of. But if you have humility, you learn to like the sensation of feeling lost, it seems like. So very brave of you to come and experience that sense of abuse while I'm abused publicly.
Dharma abuse. Hey Ben, can I say one last thing?
Please do.
All right. I have good news this morning that I found out that Rosa van Grieken has got permission from the Fat Cat publisher in New York to reprint for the 25th anniversary of The Garden. And she's done a beautiful edition of the paperback. And it's my favorite book of all time. I know not everyone thinks that, but and if you don't mind, I'm going to put up a QR code if anyone would like to order it on Diamond Diamond Cutter Press website. And is that an ebook or that's a paper book? Yeah, it's the paper copy. And it just came out this morning. And congratulations to Rosa for the hard work to get. She had to fight with the double day ghosts and she managed it. So thank you. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Dr. Kramer.
I'm out of here. Thank you so much, Geshe Michael. Thank you for being here. It's such a joy. We're so glad you're here, and we pine for you while you're away, like I said. But I'm very happy that you take care of yourself, and we want you to take care of yourself, and we want you to be here, rested and healthy and happy and forever. And
thank you.
And then yeah, thank you so much. Yes, so much fun. Dr. Juan Hasso is certainly standing by, champing at the bit to regale us with tales of the goings on in the world at large and all of the virtuous things happening everywhere. I'm just going to keep talking, Juan, until you appear.
No, I'm here.
Oh, good. There you are. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. Geshe, great to see you in action here. And Nick as well. This, we are kind of celebrating that the trip to San Diego went very well. Last week, we had a chance to talk with a little bit with with Tim about it. This is a very common name mistake people do. Nick and Tim, and I don't know why, maybe 3 syllables. I don't know, they both have an I, but this is what we have for just a little catch up on what happened. Yeah, the pictures are great. Thank you. Well, Geshe told us in an email that he had the chance to, like a very funny interactions with the, how do you call it? The surgery guy, the surgeon. And luckily, very soon he was walking. Yeah. He was walking in the beach with Veronica. Very, very beautiful place. Please, Geshe, if you want to add anything, you're always welcome just to jump in. So yeah.
Oh, just to get to go to it was important to have my assistants with me.
Yeah. Rob was sharing some of these beautiful pictures. So yeah, you see Rob, even if he's on the beach, he's always working. So thank you, Rob, also for being a great support there during the San Diego trip. And I hear it was fun as well. I hear it was fun. That's why we have the next pictures where we see Nick having a great time with the surfing, and Tim also supervising that no people were drowning in the ocean. Yeah. So it's great to have you all back for more rock and roll. So now I'm just going to present a few things that are happening. As you saw just now, Geshe was talking about the Diamond Cutter Press, the garden book. And I had the chance just quickly to catch a screenshot so I can show you the QR code again in case you didn't have your phone, but now you do. You can follow the QR code and go for it. I think it's a great news. Thank you for sharing, Geshe. And yeah, this book is amazing. One of the best stories ever written, and that teaches a lot, not only philosophy, but also a lot of the inner ways of living these teachings, which I find super, super beautiful. Thank you, Geshe, for this and many other teachings and demonstrations of your care and love. So thank you so much for this. And in other news, just to mention the events that our friend Gail Dutch is having these days. She's going to be continuing with these conversations with Master Shantideva. Their next presentation, they're going to have Christian, our friend from Romania, great supporter of the Peachtree World News. sending best regards to Christian. And that's going to happen on next Friday, September 6th. If you are interested, maybe just contact her or ask Team Lowenhub about it. And not only that, but today, while Ben was sharing with us his insights, he was talking about how important studying perception and logic has been for him, for his personal life, his business life. So Gail Dutch and teacher Gail and teacher Betts, they are both having a course, a deep course on this art of reasoning. So it's like an advanced level on this kind of books that we are studying with Ben and that we are studying with Adam, of course, with Geshe Michael as well. So if you're interested in these things, also talk to them. Just contact him. What do you mean only one head? Oh yeah, only one head. That's crazy. What's going on there? We need two, but at least it's purple. Yeah. Well, we will fix that sometime. And another news, while Geshe and friends were in San Diego, we get to hear that there is something very cool happening. There is about to be a new version of the Gopher program ready soon. And soon hopefully we're gonna be talking with Ben Kramer and friend Murli in India, that they are preparing this new program with some updates. So right now we are just letting the audience know it's cooking, but soon we'll have the full information and interview, hopefully. And just finally, a few events that are coming up. Next week, September 7 and 8, Earl is going to be having an immersion on the Inner Kingdom teachings. You're still on time if you want to sign up. It's based on the teachings that Geshe Michael, some of the teachings he taught during his 3-year retreat. Then Stanley and Geshe are going to be having the Innovation Retreat, September 12th to the 22nd. So it's going to be very, very cool. First time they are opening for the English speaking audience as well. So everyone is welcome. If you're interested, there are the QR codes. It's going to be happening at Diamond Mountain. And now, speaking of Diamond Mountain, they are also about to start the Sky Harvest second summit program. They're going to start on September the 2nd. They're going to go until September 7th. So it's like 5 days of working on the land, but also learning a lot about how to restore the ecosystem. And not only that, but also a few philosophy and yoga meditation classes. And for that, hopefully we have a very dear guest with us today. She's gonna talk to us about the great success on how Sky Harvest managed to actually be having this great second summit. And also, we're gonna congratulate her because it's her birthday today. So if Tech Table, you can help us to spot Paulina. She should be somewhere there. And if Pachi is, well, we hear Pachi had like a business, an unexpected business. He was supposed to be here, but something different happened. So Paulina is here to do the how to say, the job of the husband.
Yes, thank you, Juan.
Very happy birthday, Paulina.
Thank you, dear friend. Thank you all.
So yeah, tell us. You were telling me the other day about this great success of not yet. We're still on Sky Harvest for the Tech Table. Yes, Paulina is gonna tell us a little bit of what happened at the end. You were doing a big campaign. Paulina, by the way, is one of the marketing people for Sky Harvest. And you were doing a big campaign to get people to come down. And now it's a great success. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Thank you, Juan. Honestly, I'm not an expert on these topics, of course, but I am a volunteer with the Sky Harvest. And this summit is very important because it will focus on methods to retain water. So as you know, for the desert, water is crucial for reforestation or to positively impact in the ecosystem. And yes, 2 weeks ago, we had around 7 volunteers, right? Like only 7. So, which is not bad because each person can make a big difference for the planet and for this project. But however, with more people, we can create even greater impact. So it's fantastic that I have great news to share that we have now 37 volunteers ready to start the summit at Diamond Mountain this Monday, September 2nd. So thank you all.
That's amazing. So we are excited to hear those news and also excited to next October meet there and see the beautiful progress on landscape that is happening there. I keep saying the same. Every time I go, it looks more and more beautiful. So I just can't imagine how it's going to be in the next few months, the next few years. So congratulations. Another thing I wanted to talk to you, Paulina, is like to share with people the amazing programs you are helping to organize in Mexico. And for that, Tech Table is the next pictures we were showing. First, you just started with the Club de Oro. It's the Spanish version of the Gold Club that is fundraising for ALL. Every Saturday, yes, if we can show the picture, it will be great. Every Saturday, you are giving a follow-up on the topics on Steps on the Path, on the 18 advices to develop a good heart. Could you tell us a little bit of that? And it is focused on Mexico and Colombia time, right? Like what I'm saying is like it's the biggest part of your audience these days.
Right, so we are producing this from Mexico or Argentina. It doesn't really matter because it's online and we are inviting all the people in Latin America. That's our big goal, to share this wisdom with more and more people in Spanish, for Spanish speaking countries. And yeah, in Club de Oro, I am creating this consciousness about how important it is to preserve these wisdom teachings, but also there's not real impact if we only save the book if we cannot actually access to that wisdom and to benefit from it. So I'm sharing every Saturday. This is for Spanish speaking countries, the wisdom of these 18 advices, which is so beautiful, as a reward and to thank all the donors, and also just for anyone who wants to come and learn these beautiful teachings. Yes.
Wonderful. And then also we wanted to share with the audience about what's happening, because after this wonderful event that Pachi, yourself, many other people produced in Mexico City with Geshe Michael just a few weeks ago, the plan was to have a follow-up to keep people engaged in the content that we just learned and study here. And I wanted to rejoice with you and to thank you as well to be so productive in this sense that this program already started. And if you can tell us a little bit of what is the main idea of this follow-up program we are having every other Wednesday.
Well, this started by an advice that one of my dear friends gave me years ago. His name is Seiji Arau. I think you all know him. And he came to me and he said, if you want people to stay engaged in the events you are producing in Mexico, especially when Geshe Michael are visiting you guys, you should do a good follow-up program. So that really touched my heart, and I wrote those words in my heart, and I said, like, we need to do this. We need to offer during the whole year programs, especially follow-ups for the new people and all people or students. So we did it this year gratefully, and we invite different teachers from Latin America, and we are studying and reviewing what Geshe taught during the event in Mexico City, and it's so beautiful, and it's a great way to actually like put back again that beautiful feeling and beautiful wisdom in our hearts and minds. So it's been a really success. So thank you. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Actually, Paulina invited me to be part of this follow-up program. And last Wednesday, we had the chance to have one of the sessions. I think people liked it very much. So I do see how people are engaging on it. So thank you for this wonderful idea, Seiji. And thank you for this wonderful idea, Paulina, as well. So
Yes.
just finally, I want to show the QR code of the Club de Oro that I say is the Spanish version of Gold Club. They are helping to fundraise and spread all the information that ALL has been working to collect. So it's one of the activities, members and support of the Gold Club. I don't know where Paulina went away, but she's part of it. She's the general director of Club de Oro in Latin America. And finally, I feel shy about this, but it's okay. I was asking Rob if he could ask Geshe if it was appropriate to read for you a happy birthday King of the Dharma verse, but I don't know if we have time for that. But anyways,
yeah, we have time. We have time.
So happy birthday.
Okay, so Paulina, we need a page number between 1 and 400 or something.
I will say 18.
18?
Yeah.
Yes.
18?
Yes.
Oh,
18.
is that how old you are?
No.
All right. Okay, this is about a guy named Cheddar. Cheddar, which is a Mongol for Cheddar, which means to spread the Dharma. So he was a big man, very, very old, and he had a heavy cane that he carried, and he always had 2 rosaries in his hand, and he was always doing mantras on 2 different rosaries at the same time. And he got really old, and he asked me to help put him in a nursing home. And it took me like 3 years to get him into a public assistance nursing home for free. And I was so happy. And I drove him there. I said, okay, you got your own room. People are going to cook for you now. You don't have to worry about anything. And I put him there. And then I came home. The next day he showed up at the temple. He walked about 4 miles home he got up out of the nursing home and walked home with his, we call the 2 horses. And he came to the door and he slipped, and his cane went through the glass door. And it was an exciting day, I remember. So this is a story about him. And Paulina, the next day, he went out and he bought a lottery ticket. And he said, when I win the lottery, I'm going to give all the money to the temple. And he didn't. So I think it must be a story about, hard work is better than thinking you're going to win the lottery. But I think, I don't know, there's some kind of story here for you. I think it's just your steady hard work on these projects, especially on the Latin America tours. And many supporters have come forth and said they're very happy with the Latin America tours. They have toured 6 or 7 countries with their team, and they're very popular. And I've heard a lot of good things about your tours. And I hope you guys continue like Cheddar walking around New Jersey. Okay. All right.
We
See
will.
you later.
Thank you so much. Please stay.
Happy birthday. What? Wait, we're gonna sing. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Paul. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you
And
all.
give our love to Shanti and Pachi. Okay.
I will.
Back to you, Mr. Hua.
Thank
Or he
you.
disappeared already.
No, I'm somewhere. Yeah. Thank you, Geshe. Great to see you. Congratulations, Paulina. Send my regards as well to Pachi and Shanti. Hope you have a great day. And thank you, of course, Ben, for your wonderful class and time today. Nicolas Shaw, maybe one day we can surf together either in San Diego or in San Pancho or somewhere. And maybe one day it will be cool to have all the Mixed Nuts live in San Diego in a surfing camp, translation trip or something. Let's plant the seeds and see you next time on Monday. Everything goes well.
Hey.
See you soon.
Ciao, everybody. See you next time. Looking forward to Monday.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.